Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? We are back. All right, so we got a big night lined up for us. We got a lot of analysis to do. I know I'm kind of late on the stream, but hey, we got to get it done. So, hope everyone's having a good week so far. I know I've been doing pretty well. Been staying busy. Still holding on to that FTNT, the Fortinet trade, right here. So yeah, still holding on to that. Other than that, we're getting ready for the new month here. Got 2 days, so I'm gonna be entering the new trade on the 29th. So we'll be going over that tonight. What's up, Monkey? How you doing? So we're gonna be doing the new announcement for the big trade, and then tonight we will also go over some potential alternative trades. Although the main trade for this month is gonna be somewhat affordable to the masses. I think it's only going to be around $500 or so. We're going to check that out tonight. Other than that, I barely made it in time for this stream. So I got a new desk and a new setup, new monitor stands, all this stuff. So yeah, I was like reorganizing my whole office space and yeah, but got all that situated. The great news is I'm able to stand and work now. So I have a standing desk, which is like a game changer. So I'm utilizing that right now. It kind of feels nice to stand and stream. Anyways, let's get into it. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have been day trading / scalping since Friday. Yeah, so today, yesterday, and I think Friday as well. So the past couple of days I've been scalping and I've been actually doing pretty well. I think I've made like $800, $900 so far scalping the past couple of days. Like quick trades, like in and out, nothing crazy. I'm not going for like 100% gainers or anything like that. Obviously I'm using some size to make that kind of money. So, but I'm kind of dabbling with it, but I'm very careful with that sort of stuff. So, anyways, we do have some suggested trades. See, so we did get like a list from one of our Discord members, so we'll go through that too. And yeah, so let's get right into it. Before we go any further, I just want to go over Nvidia one last time. So I did sell out of Nvidia. If you guys haven't seen already, I did post that in Discord. I did pretty well. I made, let's see, maybe this is what I traded today. I did lose money on Tesla and I lost money on Netflix, but I made $800 day trading Nvidia. I made some money on. I've actually made money on all my trades. But where should I show? I can show you guys the closing trade for Nvidia, which was, which did I close that? 23rd. Should be right here. It's gonna go like crazy. There's a lot of trades, but I think it's this one right here. So you can see I sold this first trade right here. I sold for $169.90, so it's $16,000, $990. I think I made like, I think my profit was like 14,000 on that trade. So that's not bad. It was a 480% gain. Let's just keep it. Let's keep it to percentages. I'm not so worried about the cash amounts. I'm more so worried about the percentage gain. So did pretty well on Nvidia. If anyone else was in that trade, congratulations. I know a few of you caught it too. We'll actually go over the rest of my trades that I suggested. So FTNT was another one. This one's still going up. I'm still holding it. You could see it right here. So this is the trade right here. It's up 32%. So a couple $100, nothing crazy. So I'm just going to hold that until the 29th. I did sell out of the Nvidia call early because I was kind of worried it would reverse on me, which it technically so far Nvidia, I sold like at 805, I think, $805 around there. And so far my decisions was correct. But we'll see. We might get a pop on Nvidia in the next, like tomorrow or by Thursday. Anyways, on to FTNT. Like I said, this one's coming back up. Did have a nice spill and then popped right back up. So I'm kind of happy with that. I'll be happy with Fortinet if I could just break even. But again, this is like one of my smaller trades. Trade Desk, my God. I don't know if any of you are in Trade Desk right now, but Trade Desk is doing very, very well. I think since the beginning of the month, well, I could just look at a monthly chart here. So it's up 25% for the month. So congratulations to anyone who got in on Trade Desk. That was a trade that I didn't even touch. I wish I was participating in this trade. So, well, that's about it. So Trade Desk, again, doing really great. I don't even know what the gains are on the options contract. I would have to backtest it, but if anyone's in this trade, you can let me know in the chat. I'll be happy to share that. All right, so let's get on to the new trade. So I know everyone's waiting for the new trade of the month. The new trade of the month is going to be Amazon. So I'm going to put that at the top of my list. So Amazon's going to be the new trade. It was pretty funny. I think I had like a couple people suggest Amazon already for the month of March. So if you guys are already guessing Amazon, congratulations. You knew you guessed my trade right. So we're going to be going into Amazon this month. We'll do a quick rundown on it. We'll just look at the options contract for Amazon here. So for Amazon, we would be going with the April 19th contracts. Well, we have a 40 delta and a 52 delta. I'm going to change my layout here to that. All right, so we have a 52 and a 40, so somewhere in between there, I would be looking to enter. If it were me, I'd probably go with the 40 delta for 445. So yeah, I would like to enter at like a little bit closer to the money, but again, this is one of those trades that are a little bit cheaper. It's actually one of the cheapest trades among my, all the trades that I've shared so far have been pretty expensive options contracts. This one's a little bit cheaper. So I think for this month, we're just going to go through like one or two alternative trades. But as far as Amazon goes, this one's pretty cheap right off the bat. We can also do some analysis. So we can look at the seasonality real quick. Whoops. Oh, there we go. Still worked. All right. We'll do a 20-year back test here. On Amazon, you can see it goes up 74% of the time in March. So not a bad statistic, not a bad probability, especially in a large cap stock like Amazon. Apple for March, 70%. It's at daily support. Apple could be a good contender. Apple could be a good contender. I see 68. Yeah, around 70. So yeah, I'd call that around 70%. So Apple could be one of those, but right now, Amazon, I'm liking. The past 5 years, by the way, on Amazon, it's gone up 100% of the time in March. So just something to think about. And if we want to look at like a 10-year back test, 78%. So in recent time, over the past 20 years, it's gone up, what did I say, 74%? But in more recent times, like the past 10 years, Amazon's gone up 78% of the time. Past 5 years, 100% of the time. So, pretty good, probabilities on this trade, I think. Also, I think this is an average gain down here, this 4.8. So not a bad average gain. So yeah, that's pretty much it. As far as the technicals go, Amazon is about to make new all-time, well, not necessarily all-time highs. It's getting close. It's getting close to a new monthly close at all-time highs. We've gone higher with Amazon. We've had some pop-ups here back in 2021, but out of all like the large tech or large growth stocks, like if you look at like Apple, Amazon, or Apple already surpassed its like 2021 or 2022 highs. Netflix getting close. Like AMD, Nvidia. Well, AMD is kind of a smaller cap, but not a small cap, but a smaller guy. But like Google, a lot of these stocks are like already flirting with highs. Amazon's just getting up here, so I'm really liking the setup. The only thing I will say is Amazon has been going up. It's had 5 green months in a row. So the odds of it coming back down are a little bit higher. Doesn't have to happen, but but I mean, Amazon had a great month for February so far. It's up 11%. So AT. So yeah, I'm really liking Amazon. I mean, nice uptrend. It's been in a nice uptrend since pretty much the beginning of 2023. So this is a really nice trend up. I want to look at a weekly. Again, the weekly looks great as well. So you guys know I don't put too much emphasis on the weekly, like on the actual charts, but I do like to see a nice uptrend. I would like to see Amazon come down like a little bit over the next, like between tomorrow and Thursday, because I want to buy at a discounted price, but that may not happen. Although today and yesterday it came off its local highs a little bit, so not too bad. Yeah, so that's pretty much it with Amazon. Again, this contract's going to be around $450, so this is going to be the main trade for the month. Other than that, I have to figure out new ideas. So tonight, that's what we're going to be doing. We're just going to go over potential alternative trades. So you guys know I like to, like with the alternative trades, I'll look at like a 8-year, 7 to 8 year backtrack. Go look at the median gain here. So like Lululemon, it's a big one. These are all like the highest median gains with the highest. Actually, let me go to a minimum percentage win. Let's call it like 80. And there's nothing. That's not a good sign. Let's see if we can do like 70. Really? Nothing? Wow. I found that hard to believe. All right. None of these are above. Wait, these are all above 70. Maybe this unusual whales isn't treating me right tonight. If you guys could, I'd love for you guys to hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe as well. Hit the bell notifications. You guys, for my regular viewers, you guys know I kind of stream sporadically and post sporadically. I'm more active on the Discord on a daily basis, but even that I can be a little flaky. I'm just so busy with other things. So trading, I just do part-time, and the YouTube and Discord stuff I do as a hobby. Again, the Discord's completely free. The like button's completely free. The subscribe button's completely free. So yeah. I'm kind of like out of breath right now and thirsty because I just built this desk. It's like humongo, and it's like a huge desk, and kind of like tired. It took me about, geez, I started building that like 4:30. It took me like almost like 2.5 hours to build and get everything set up, and I haven't even got my other end of the desk set up. What I will do eventually is take it once everything's like set up and the cables are all managed and everything's clean and nice. I'm going to take a nice photo and post it in the Discord so you guys can see my setup. Maybe I'll start like a little, trading station setup that you guys can all share in the Discord chat. We'll start our own little group. Can you talk about scalping? Yeah, so now listen, the scalping, day trading stuff that I've been doing, I do it on like a very quick bit. It's a very, like, I don't want to like tell you guys to do this. This is very risky, and I've almost lost money, like a decent amount of money doing this already. So, but we can go over that. I guess we can go over that now because you already saw the gains. But like, yeah, like Nvidia. So like, pretty much what I've been doing. It's all technical based. It's like, but I have been trading Nvidia because basically I'm chasing volume. So I'm going after the stocks that have higher volume, right? Usually with the higher volume, you get more volatility. That helps with catching swing highs and lows and trends. But basically what I was doing was using a 9 EMA, a 25 HMA on a 1-minute chart. And the way this worked was basically wait for the HMA to turn green, right? So it starts to curl up. And then after you get that green confirmation, you wait for the price to come back into the 9 EMA to touch it or become below the 9 EMA, and that's where you enter. And then you scalp like, I don't know, 50 cents on Nvidia. That's pretty much it. It's a really, very definitely risky. Definitely more gambly, betty type. It's not definitely different from my swing trading stuff. And then I'm also like using levels and stuff too. On top of that, so that's pretty much it. It's just using moving averages and chasing momentum. Um, and again, like I'm scalping. Like I'll buy. What did I buy here? Like you can look at my orders here. So you could see here, I was trading 5 contracts of Nvidia at 11.36, and then I was selling it for like 30 cents more, right? So 11.65. So pretty much I was making like $30 times 5, so that's $150 right there in profit on this trade in particular. But it's a lot of risk, right? So like five times 11.36, that's like $5,500 in one trade. So like I said, it's like a very risky type of way to trade. I honestly, like, it gives me like heartburn doing this. It's reminding me of like last year when I was doing this full-time trading, day trading. I don't really enjoy it, but I do want to day trade like the big days. Like today was a pretty big day on Nvidia. So we can also see here I lost on Tesla. So like I tried buying, I traded two trades on Tesla, a put and a call, and I lost on both of those trades. And then I think I traded a put or a call. Yeah, I traded a call on Netflix, and I lost $95. So it's risky. Like, I definitely do not suggest anyone day trade or scalp. It's a losing game. But on big and the reason why I did good with Nvidia today was because Nvidia was moving nice. I mean, like there was great swings in like price on Nvidia. You could just see the ups and downs on Nvidia. This was like a scalper's paradise today, and it has been like that for like the past few days. But like when I tried going to like Netflix or Tesla to trade, you could just, well, I mean, there's still great swings in price on these, but it's not as volatile as Nvidia. And I just wasn't having great luck with those. So anyways, getting a little off track here. We like to stick here at Swing Edge with swing trades, not day trades or scalps. Nor do I recommend you guys scalp or day trade. It's definitely harder to do. So we got to look at some contenders for this month. I think Apple's a great contender. I may even put Apple on this list. I think Apple's a cheaper trade too. So let's go to Apple. Yeah, so Apple right now, so this contract's going to be what? Let's look at the theta for a moment. We have $12. Yeah, so you're looking at like $470 for Apple to enter in on this trade. I think Apple's a good candidate as an alternative trade, or if you wanted to diversify your trade. So I'm going to take Apple, put it right underneath there. I'm going to mark these orange so that I know that they're up on deck for Thursday, right? And remember, I'm entering these on Thursday, so as per the strategy. So I'm definitely looking at Apple. We did get a list from a fan of ours, a viewer. Apple has a 68% win rate over the past 10 years, though. It's at 67. The past 5 years, 75. So not too bad. We could also look at Apple's median gain. Was I looking at the right? Yeah. So Apple, its median return for March is among the highest. The other months are July and October. October is actually one of the months that I trade Apple. That was already listed on this channel. DC, we'll look at VOO in a minute, but we'll look at that soon. I know that's the Vanguard S&P 500. We'll look at that. I don't usually trade like market index or ETFs like that because they're too diversified, but we could take a look. Maybe it may be a good contender. So yeah, Apple I would definitely recommend. Not financial advice. I do like, let's see. I don't know why this. Oh, you know why? That's why it wasn't working. Let's put that to 0.7. Duh. You know what? Maybe 0.75. Let's see what we got here. Regeneron. This may be too expensive. Regeneron looks good. Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. Look at that. Wow. How much is Reg-N? Yeah, so this is a little bit out of the common guy, the working man's range. Like I wouldn't even want to touch this. Even though I could afford it, I wouldn't want to touch it just because it's not a big market cap. Like what's Regeneron's market cap? Thanks for liking and subscribing, T. I appreciate it. Market. Oh, it's 109 billion. All right, I take back my statement. All right, but again, Regeneron's too expensive. ANET. I do like the technology stuff. Like if you want to get a higher chance of winning, stick with the technology, especially with the options. Not the higher chance of winning, but the higher chance of getting a bigger gain or bigger move in price. Technology is where you want to be, right? So, ANET, Arista. I think we looked at this last week. It does have a nice gain. And again, like something like this, I would want to backtest a little bit. So we may have to backtest this one. Let's see. MCO, Apple, we already recommended. Chipotle Mexican Grill, that's way too expensive. I mean, the list goes on. And guys, like I highly recommend you guys, like you can use Unusual Whales for free. Just go to unusualwhales.com and type in like seasonality and go right to, like, you don't even have to create an account. Not a sponsor or anything. Same thing with stockcharts.com. You don't need an account. You don't need any subscription, nothing like that. You can just sign up and get right on in. So, I do like ANET though. ANET, like I like to go after the high median return percentages. Dollar Tree, I know, was another one that a viewer recommended. Dollar Tree may be a good one too. It is a cheap stock as well. I'd have to backtest. Let's look at VOO. DC wants us to look at VOO, so let's go look at it at that one. Again, we'll just. So if you guys don't know what VOO is Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. Probably one of the most basic and well-known ETFs out there. I think this is the ETF. No, maybe I'm thinking about the SPY. But they have a lot of assets under management for this fund. I mean, on First Solar this month, we could take a look at First Solar. I know that was another one that I heard about. I think someone talked about that one in Discord. It's hard to keep up with all you guys. I'm used to a smaller crowd, but the community is slowly growing. And man, I don't know what's going to happen if we get a little bit bigger. I can't answer everyone's questions. It's going to be a challenge of mine. So again, VOO, going back, we only have 15 years of data. Does pretty well in March. Again, like if I were going to go after VOO, I'd be going after July, because look at that, 2.8%. Now let's look at VOO. VOO. Still getting used to this new setup, guys. So if you hear me like moving around my mic and adjusting stuff, I apologize for any noise or annoyance. It is what it is. So let's see, median return 1.28%. See, that's not enough for an options contract. I can already tell right away you're going to be getting burnt. Well, on theta, that's to be expected. That's with any trade, but also implied volatility. And I think, well, IV probably came down a little bit since last week, but See, the problem with index fund ETFs, their performance can be great, and like on the surface here, this looks great, right? Like if you look at the past 15 years on VOO, looks great. But once you start backtesting a little bit, it gets a little dicey, because then you start to run into implied volatility theta, and then you start to find out that you're better off going with stuff that can move up 10%, 15% in 1 month, rather than if you look at seasonality here on VOO for month of March, 3.5%, 3.8%. Let's just settle this. If there is a debate, let's just settle this right now and look at a backtest. The numbers don't lie. And this is like another thing that I suggest whenever you're looking at a new stock or analyzing something and you want to look at previous performance. Like, I highly recommend backtesting, because it's probably going to give you a ballpark and a pretty good answer of what to expect. Now, it's not always true. Like, no one can ever predict the future, but previous data from different times of the month or different years, previous years, can be beneficial. So let's go look. We'll just do like a 4-year back test, maybe a 5-year back test on VOO. So again, I'm going to be buying on the last day of the month of February, and we're going to be buying at the end of the day. So I'm just going to February 28th, 2019. First Solar had a fantastic quarter today. Oh, they had earnings? I didn't even see it. Actually, maybe I got a notification. I get like 1 million notifications from Yahoo Finance on earnings and stuff. Like, I keep alerts set. I think I saw something about them. Or maybe I was thinking about a different stock. Let me see what I saw. Let's see. Oh, no, it's Market Watch. That's what I use. Yeah, First Solar, predicts a better year ahead. Yeah, so I did get a notification for that. There's a lot of earnings today. We had, I don't want to get sidetracked here, but we'll go over earnings in a little bit. So VOO, again, we're going to be going with a 49 DT in this case. We'll just do a quick back test. So I'm just looking at okay, I'll be buying the 38. Fast forward to March, end of March. And this is where like the tedious work happens, right? This is where like I get my answer. So we know for the month of March, back in 2019, we went up 0.67. So probably no big gain, 8% gain. All right. I'm just going to skip over 2020 because I know 2020 is a loser. March 2020 was like one of the worst months. If anyone was there for that, that was a time. I don't know if anyone was following the markets when oil went to like negative, like what, $30 or something. I remember sitting at my desk, like watching that happen in real time. I was just like, what the hell? I can't believe that's like 4 years ago already. It seems like last year that happened. All right, so we'll go to, and listen, I may be wrong on VOO, but here's the thing. Like, I try to chase after stuff with good risk to reward. VOO may have a great win rate, but it may only return 20-30% per trade, which, in my opinion, isn't really worth the risk. I like to go after like 1-3, 1-4 risk to reward ratios, right? So every $1 I risk, I like to return like $3. And why I do that is because it allows me to have a lower win rate. Or in case I have a lower win rate, I could still profit over time because I have a good risk to reward ratio. I mean, that's really all trading comes down to. It's your win percentage and your risk to reward. Those are like the two main vehicles that drive growth or losses in your portfolio. All right. So like you can see here, like 27% gain, right? And what did we do? We went up 2 3/4. So trading VOO probably over the long term isn't a bad idea, but I can make way better gains going after like a tech stock. So that's why I stay away from the ETFs. The thing with ETFs are they're just diversified, right? Like if like look at today for example, right? Like look at the Q, right? Or look at the SPY. The SPY went up 0.19%, and look at another stock that is a big percentage in the SPY. Apple. Look at Apple did. Apple went up 4 times as much as SPY today. So you would make more money on Apple with options, unless there was IV crush or something like that going on, like earnings. That's different. But in a normal market condition, you're going to make more money with tech stocks. But if you're trying to reduce risk, you don't want to go after that higher reward, lower win rate, then there's nothing wrong with trading VOO. Like you don't have to listen to me. I'm not Jesus. I'm just a guy who trades, and I do this as a hobby. As far as the YouTube stuff, I'm not a financial advisor. I could be completely wrong, right? Like everything that I recommend for the month of March may go against me, and VOO does great. So what do I know? But as far as like looking at the numbers and the analysis, you're better off somewhere else as far as big gains. But it's an interesting topic, and it's something that's important to bring up. So I don't mind talking about it, and I appreciate you bringing it up. We could look at First Solar. So let's go look at First Solar because I was hearing about that. I know someone suggested it. What happened to this stock? Let's go look at their 24-hour. The thing with trade, let me take off these EMAs. We don't need this garbage on here. Sorry, guys. The thing with trading views, they don't show post-market gains like after like 8 o'clock. But it does look like First Solar went up about 4.91% today overall. I can just look on Yahoo Finance to show the... Watch out for your eyeballs, guys. I know, white screens, it hurts my eyes too. What am I looking at? First Solar, FSLR. Yeah, 4.9%. I don't like this new Yahoo Finance layout. I like the old Yahoo. Nice gain. As far as the seasonality goes for First Solar, I think this stock has only been around for what, like 10 years maybe? Oh, sorry. 19. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a nice, I like to see that. That looks good. 76% gain, or 76% monthly win rate, or win rate for the month of March. With a nice gain too, 5.1% average. Let's go look at the unusual whales percentage. The reason why I like unusual whales for seasonality as well is because it shows you like a listed view of each gain for each month. And then you can come down here, toggle this to median return. Look at that median return, 6.17. I like to look at median rather than average because sometimes an average return can be skewed by a couple months that are just outlying. The gains for a certain month can be an outlier. I explain this like every stream. I'm kind of like beating a dead horse, especially for the people that are in the stream a lot. I mean, you can even exclude March 2020. This is a great stock. I may actually recommend this. The only thing with First Solar is it's risky and it's a smaller cap, right? 15 billion. I mean, that's on the lower end. I mean, it's still a large company, don't get me wrong, but it is, I think it's like what, 10 billion and below is considered small cap. The only thing left to do with something like this is the back test. The way I would do that is we could just back test a few years. I'm going to exclude 2020 because we just all know that 2020 was an anomaly, an outlier. I don't think we'll have another pandemic. Actually, I'm just going to be quiet. I don't want to like famous last words, right? Alright, so let's go see this. And the contracts are probably cheap on this. Probably a couple $100 right now. Whoops. Let's go to March, end of March here. Go see what the gains are like. So the risk to reward on First Solar may be worth it. Down 60%. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, we were down in 2019. All right, let's just go look at 2021, 22, and 23. Here's 21. I'm gonna reset my account here. I was looking into Intel, but strong resistance at $43 level. So the thing with Intel, although I know Intel's been moving up, I have to look at Intel, because they've been moving up with the whole AI trade too. They've been getting that effect, the bullish effect from AI. The stock hasn't been performing like it used to. I mean, I think AMD and NVIDIA really stole a lot of Intel's market share. And Intel was having internal issues at their company. They were having leadership issues. They still make great products. I mean, the computer I have right now is Intel, Intel i7. That's what I have right now. But I know AMD really, they took their lunch money big time over the past, 10 years or so. All right, let's see this. First Solar, what the hell's going on here, man? Down 7% on a 6 point. See, this is where the back testing gets interesting. They were down 8%. We lost money on this trade. The problem with this one, it may be a high IV. You might be getting IV crush every time you enter. I'm gonna go with a 0.42. This is 2022. And this month had a decent gain, 11%. So I'd expect, to see a decent return on this contract, but we may not see 11%. Let's see what we got here. 42%. All right, so Amazon performs a lot better, and probably Apple too. Just saying. I'm not saying this is a bad trade though, but this is where, this is why I backtest like this, because it shows you if a stock is the real deal. Yeah, 50% IV is pretty high. It depends on the stock. Like on NVIDIA, we were trading and IV was pretty high on NVIDIA, but it's NVIDIA. But for 50%, I personally like to stick with stuff around 30% IV. So 50% is almost twice the amount of implied volatility I'm comfortable with, and that's what I like to see is 20 to 30%. As far as back testing, that's what I noticed. Yeah. So I would say First Solar, listen, there's a good chance you can make money on it this month for March, but no pun intended, there are better options. Just saying. But last year you made 311%. But, the stock went up 20% in 1 month. And when was the last time it did that? Other than 2023, back in 2014. So it took almost 10 years for that to happen again. And also, this stock is in a downtrend too, by the way. Just looking at this on a monthly. And I know, I kind of dabbled with solar stocks, long-term investing. I was in Enphase. I'm sure some of you know about this company. I was kind of buying it down here, and it just kept going down. Eventually, I just sold out of my position around I think 160 or so, and it continued going down, and it still hasn't recovered. It's just one of those stocks where if right now with interest rates being high, people can't find. You got to remember solar panels, and that's what we're looking at here, right? First Solar, Enphase, these are all solar companies. Or Enphase makes devices particular for solar components. A lot of people finance or lease their solar panels, and with interest rates being around like 5-6%, and also home buyers, there haven't been many home buyers right now. I mean, home prices are so high that the market is kind of like crazy right now as far as real estate goes. I can go on for like an hour about that, but we're not going to do that tonight. But right now, these companies are struggling. You could see it in their earnings, and that's why the stock has dropped. I mean, their earnings have like slashed in half since like this time last year. The earnings per share, at least. You can also look at their year over year. I mean, they're still making money, but they're not growing. So the fact that they're not growing, the fact that their financials aren't growing like they were back from 2017 until 2 years ago, you're not seeing this kind of price action anymore, right? So eventually, I think solar is here to stay. I'm not doubting the technology, but I think until interest rates start to dip down, that's when you'll see these solar related stocks go up. But yeah. So First Solar, no go. I'm not touching it. So what else can we look at? Dollar Tree was one that I wanted to look at. We do have a list here from a viewer. PayPal. PayPal. What's AMAZ? Is he talking about Amazon? I think he's not talking about. I think he's talking about. Right. Well, the one stock that he suggested, he hit the nail on the head for my main trade. We could look at PayPal. Let's go see what PayPal's looking like. Yeah, 63. Look at the negative return. I'm not even gonna look at PayPal. I don't know which parameters he was looking at when he was creating this list. Yeah, these aren't good. I like to be above 70 at least. I'll go with something with like 70 at the low if there's a good median return. If the risk to reward is good historically, but I'm not seeing that with these. All right, so let's go back to our main list here. Let's go look at Dollar Tree. We'll look at Dollar Tree. And then after Dollar Tree, we will look at Intel. Just want to look at Intel real quick. So Dollar Tree. Now again, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, a lot of those stocks haven't been doing well. They've been getting killed on shrinkage. If you guys don't know what shrinkage is, that is basically theft. They've been probably closing down stores. I think CVS was dealing with the same issue too. It's been all over the news past like year or so. What the amount of theft going on at these stores. So they've been losing a lot on the profits. You gotta remember, like Dollar Tree, Dollar General, their profit margins are pretty thin. They make money on volume. That's their, they go after volume rather than large profit. And Walmart's similar too, but Walmart's on a bigger scale. Dollar Tree does look good over the past 20 years, but the past like 5 years, 50%, 10 years, 67. Let's go look at a chart. And again, I think this one's in a downtrend. If this were like a tech stock, yeah, so it's still technically in a downtrend on a monthly. And this is a lot of time, right? And we're still in a downtrend here. It has been recovering though. It's been having great months back to back here, besides January. So I'm not saying it's a bad trade. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch Dollar Tree. It may be a good one though. But so far, Amazon and Apple are the ones that I'm willing to touch. Hell, I may be, from here on out, I may be buying like one call contract on NVIDIA every month going forward. Just like, even if it's like 1% of my portfolio or like 2% of my portfolio, I'm just going to buy a call option on NVIDIA every single month. Because the performance is just so great. Until it's not, right? So let's go look at Intel. We'll look at the seasonality too. So Intel does, past 5 years, Intel does well in the month of March. The past 10 years, does okay. I know the stock is a lower IV stock. I know for a fact Intel's a lower IV. We could just look at the IV currently. 35. Right? So like a 32, 33% implied volatility. So it's like right in the sweet spot. As far as the returns though, ITC, I'm gonna need to get it. Oh my god, 30. They did 30% last month. Is that right? 2023 March. Wow. Oh well, that's right at the bottoms. Imagine catching that on a call option. Boy, missed out on that one. They have had 2 months in a row of selling and sideways action. Listen, Intel, the only problem with Intel is I just know this is a choppy stock. And I mean, we can exclude March 2020, right? I mean, even there it did. I mean, what's a gain? Like, let's take 2022. I just want to see a gain on 22. Let's go see. I guess we'll go with the 54 delta. That's really our only choice here. Let's see what the gains are on like a 4% move to the upside. I mean, what's its median return? All right, 4.25%. Let's see. Yeah, you're only looking at like a 30% return. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to say no on Intel. You're going to see like most of the stuff that I look at, it's either going to be in the category, like the I don't know category, or the definitely not category. Now, just because I do that doesn't mean that, like, just because I say something doesn't look good doesn't mean it's going to be bad. I can never predict the future. But I like to I base all my decisions on data. That's pretty much it. Apple ACN. Go look at ANET. Let's go look at ANET. Arista. So this stock looks very good. Wow. This stock's been ripping. They've probably been benefiting from no problem, DC. They've probably been benefiting from AI here, right? Because what do? I always like to see what these companies do. Cloud networking. Okay. I wonder if they took a hit with Fortinet the other day. Oops. They did. But not as bad. They just had earnings. It looks like they're going to fill this gap on earnings here. Arista Networks looks pretty good as far as like the technicals go. Let me just look at the seasonality. How do you change months on unusual whales? Right on the left side here. Right here. So what I do is I select the month. Whoops. March. I always click this has options, right? I don't want to look at stocks that have no options. So I click has options, and then I put like the years, the minimum to like 8, positive percentage rate, like 0.7, 0.75, and then I put the market cap at like 20 billion. So I could probably go with something a little bit smaller. If you just type in, let's do like 10 billion, I could just put in 10 B, and it just populates 10 billion. You can see First Solar pops up right here, but we already tested First Solar. Those boxes aren't showing up. It should be there. It should be here. If you come under screeners, seasonality, it should be here. You may be looking at a different screener. I'm not sure. I can actually just send you the link here that I'm using right now. You can just copy and paste that link, and you should be able to see. Let's see. Go outside site. Yeah. So click on that link, and that's the screener that you should be using. All right, cool. So what was I looking at? Yeah, First Solar, we already looked at that one. No go. Regeneron, too expensive. ANET. All right, let's go back test ANET. That's what we should do. So ANET the past 5 years has gone up 100% of the time with a nice gain of 11.8% average. Past 11 years, that's all we have is 11 years of data. No problem, T. So we only have about 11 years of data on ANET, which I like to see at least like 7-8 years. That's where I start to feel kind of comfortable. Now, if I'm doing my large main trade, I want like at least 10-15 years, preferably 20. 20 is the golden number. But if we look at ANET, let's go. This might be our winner. I'm having a good feeling about this one. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button. Highly appreciate it. It's the best thing you can do for me. Median return 6.86%. Oh, look at those gains going back. 2022 and 23 are awesome. And listen, March isn't as great of a month. As far as the returns, actually, I should take back my comment on, like, if we look at VOO, Vanguard S&P, you can get a good idea of when the markets are doing better or worse. So, like, March is typically a better month than February. Well, it seems like recent times it's the other way around. Maybe I should take that statement back. Maybe that theory won't work. But basically, I was going to say you can use like an ETF to get an idea of the overall market, but it's not really correlating here. All right, let's back test this real quick. Go back like 4 years, 5 years. Hopefully this is our final trade here. All right, this one's a little bit more expensive. Actually, let me see how much it is on here. Yeah, this is an expensive contract. Yikes. So maybe I can't do this one. See how many limitations there are? Even if it's a good trade, I mean, I'll still backtest it in case anyone's like willing to put this amount of risk on the table. There's so many limitations, right? Because I want a good options price that most people can afford, but I also want good performance and good win rate. And sometimes you can't get all three. It's kind of hard. I try my best, but all right. So the first year, 139%. See, those are gains that I like to see. I like to see those 100% gainers. Let's go to 2020. I think the stock actually did pretty good for 2020, even though it was when all the shutdowns hit. What a time. I may have to do a stream for scalping and day trading. I'll try to do it. I try to be in my own zone when I do that sort of stuff. And I don't do it very often. And I don't want to encourage you guys to do that sort of stuff either. So maybe I won't do that. But I will show you gains from time to time, or losses. You guys know I show everything on here. I have nothing to hide. 44. Oops. I'm gonna lower my desk here. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Alright, 11% gain. Been standing for an hour. My legs are getting tired. Alright, so this one was a dud. And then we'll go to 21. I love Thinkorswim on demand. I hope if Thinkorswim were closed, if shut down, I think I wouldn't be profitable anymore. I think I would have to just retire. So I hope this platform never goes away, which I don't think it is. I know Charles Schwab is like, or Schwab, whatever they're called. They're gonna keep it up. It's a great platform. 21. %32 gain. See, these are like little tiny gains. Small fry gains. I want that good reward. Wait, really? 21 was... Oh, wow. Okay. That's surprising. I guess there's IV crush on that one. Bitcoin stocks are good for scalping, the trend up or down. You know what? You just reminded me. I've been thinking about what the Bitcoin halving. I've been thinking about like just putting on small options plays on like Marathon each month. Because bro, like those things, like that stock can go up like 100% 1 month. And like, I don't know if it was UDC or someone else. Somebody in my community made like, not my community, but someone on a stream that I was doing one time was saying how much they made. It's a nice gain, 160%. That's not bad. So we may have to look at some Bitcoin trades soon. But for scalping, I haven't really messed around with it for scalping. I may have to look at it. But I know for a fact, Marathon is great for swing trading. If you think Bitcoin's going to have a big move. And I think it will. And it's funny, you can make just as much money buying like Marathon call options and it going up like 50% in 1 month than you do like actual Bitcoin. Which makes sense. I mean, we're trading derivatives here, right? So, did I buy this? There we go. So what was the last one? 160%. All right. So this one's going to probably be like 300, 250 around there. Yeah. 400. Okay. Yeah. So I think I'm going to put, well, ANET is too expensive, right? But we know the back testing is good. So if you're willing to spend $1,000 on a call option contract, then I would suggest ANET or Arista Networks. But I think for now, I may just keep the recommendations for this month to Amazon and Apple. Oh, Apple looks so nice right now. Wow. I mean, look at this accumulation area. I mean, this may drop out. I'm not saying this is like has to bounce from here, but like that looks nice. Like that's, and I could see clear resistance and support right there. CLSK is a ripper. We could take we'll take a look at the Bitcoin miners, and then we will we'll probably close it up, wrap it up for the night. We've been streaming for what, like an hour now, hour and 5 minutes. So I usually stick around to an hour, 1 to 2 hours. And you guys know during the day if I do stream, I can stream longer. But yeah, Apple's looking so nice. It's like just Apple looks just as good as Amazon. Oh, that MACD. Oh, bro, the MACD is going to turn green. It's going to go positive. Yeah. Man, I may go half and half on Amazon and Apple. No, I'll do. Well, I have to see how much money I have to calculate the amount of contracts, but oof. We'll see. We'll see. I won't know what the prices are until the day of. All right, let's go look at CLSK. Yeah, Apple's looking good, T. Apple's looking really good. Wow, look at this thing. 4 billion market cap, nice and tiny. 159%. Did Marathon go up this much? Oh my god. I mean, even on like a 25. I want to backtest like July 20. I want to backtest this month right here because I just want to see what like a 25% gain can get us for July 2023. Let's go test. What is this? CLSK or Marathon? Starting to get a little tired here, guys. June 30th. Come on. Am I on my wired internet? I am, okay. Right, we'll go after our 44 DTE or 44 Delta. Sorry. Here, guys, we'll full port the account here. We'll buy 20 contracts for $3,000. No big deal. Go to July 31st. Don't worry about the P&L, like the P&L dollar amount. I'm only looking at the percentage. It's obviously going to be a lot if this is profitable. So this is a small gain. This is like a 25% gain on the month. 50% return. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And these contracts are cheap. They're cheap. Oh man, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm not, all right. I don't want to like recommend this as like, this is more of like a gambling type of play. Well, everything's a gamble technically, but, oh man, I kind of want to buy like just one call contract on Marathon. They are expensive right now though. Wait, well, let's go to like a 45. All right, $440. If it fits into my budget, I may do it. Depends. How does Marathon do for March? It doesn't do that great, but let's look at like the past 5 years. You know what we could do? We could take out the bear markets on Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin right now, I mean, like, it goes up most of the time. So we could take out 22 and 18. Watch this. We'll remove 22 and we'll remove 18. Like, it's 50-50. Still 50-50. Yeah, I don't know. CLSK is cheaper. It is cheaper. Should we do CLSK? I don't know. Look at the IV. Talk about high IV and me wanting to stay away from it. Yeah, I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna sit this one out, I think. It's 320, but yeah. I think for this month it's gonna be Amazon and Apple. That's it. I'm calling it there. And I could find something better for this month. I could find something else, but it's gonna be out of the price range. Like, all these are so expensive. Okay. It's IT. No. FCN. All right, we'll look at FCN and then we're gonna wrap it up, guys. I'm starting to get tired. I've been up since early, so kind of had a long day. Wow, this looks really nice. All right, so on the surface, FCN looks pretty good. Was this even on my list? What is the... Sometimes the scanner's finicky. It's 7 billion. Okay. See, if I set this to like 5 bill, it'd probably pop up. 7%. Oh. I didn't mean to do that. Great. I just deleted my tab. Now I'm misclicking stuff. Hold on. Usual wells. Get this up. I'm gonna go to March. Track like 8 years. Minimum. Positive 0.75. And this will make like 5 bill. Oh, FCN's right there. Industrials. Okay. Let's go look at it on here. Woo! SF coming in clutch. Let's see, guys. Chart looks nice too. Listen, this is smaller cap stock. All right, so you're going to be getting a little bit more of these like wild moves in one day. All right, but that's not a bad thing. All right, now for the final test. Everything looks good so far with FCN. Okay, you got your median return, looks great. You got your, this is probably one of the best win rates I've seen on a stock. All right, so you got that going for you. Now for the final test. And we're going to do a deep back test on this. We're going to do like You know what? No, we'll just do like the past few years. Okay. Let's see what it looks like. High implied volatility, though. All right, so like something like this, I'm just gonna go with the in the money option, just because. Wait, oh, this is for, oh boy. Oh, I'm on like the wrong month. Hold on, guys. I'm getting tired. Oh, and I'm on the wrong stock too. Oh my god, I'm really blowing it here. Too much analysis. All right, here we go. Come on. You can do it, Thinkorswim. You can rebuffer. There we go. All right, so this looks a little bit better. Big spreads, though. Look at that spread. Jeez. Holy moly. 60-point spread. Oh my god, are we even going to get a fill? Oh boy. That's a problem. I'm going to try it. I'm going to go, just because it's not filling, well, I'll try to go with this. Oh boy. This may be an issue. Might have to go like in the money or something. Sometimes when I can't do this, I just reference the price. So it's 160 at 49, 160.49. Just remember those two numbers, 160.49. Let's go see what it is. 160.49. $160.49. Yeah. So 49 strike is now at 65. So you lost on that one. This one may have a spread issue, but we'll see. Maybe because the stock. This is years ago, so the stock may be more liquid now. So there may be more tighter spreads. Let's see. Don't want to write it off just yet. Let's see this one. Come on. There we go. All right. Maybe it was just that 1 year. If I can't get a fill on Thinkorswim, that's a bad sign, guys. All right, 15%. Okay. This is where the magic happens. All right, 45 delta, 5. Oh my god, look at the spreads again. Big spreads on this one. %. That's good. That's a good sign. And it didn't go up that much. And that was March 2020. That was a bad year. It was a bad time for the markets. See if we have our winner here. If it's not, oh well. 37.53. Look at the spreads. Are the spreads that wide currently? Let's go look. Yeah, look at the spreads, man. That's like almost a $200 spread. That's insane. I don't know. I don't know, SF. I don't know. All right, that's not going to fill. Let's just go to the next year. I was hoping that type of spread would be gone by now, but it's not currently for current prices. So yeah, yeah, no problem. It is what it is. I mean, this is why we backtest, right? This is why I just don't go blindly into a trade, right? Because now we're finding out there's an issue with the spread. Rather find out now than with real money. That's why we do backtesting. Yeah, see it? Yeah, so listen, good probabilities, good statistics, just a bad spread. Now what you could do, I'm not condoning this or recommending this, but you could try to put on a credit spread. Just an idea. So if I wanted to buy like I don't know, let's go to like a 0.25. And the credits aren't even that good. They're not even that great. Can't even do a credit spread, I think. Yeah. No good. No good. All right. Well, that's it. So this month, a little bit different than other months, although we still got good trades this month, I think. Amazon and Apple, I think, are great contenders for the month of March. Classic stocks. I mean, you're not dealing with liquidity or any, hopefully we don't have volatility to the downside. I want volatility to the upside for March, but, I think Amazon and Apple are going to be my two plays. Obviously, I'm going heavier into Amazon, but I'll probably pick up a contract or two of Apple as well. So, and also I'm going to be closing FTNT Fortinet. I'll be closing that on Thursday. So I'll see if I can do a stream on Thursday. Maybe I'll do one on. We'll see. We'll see. I may not even be able to do for the rest of the week. I may next time I stream may be on like Sunday. So my schedule has been pretty busy right now, so haven't been able to get on or interact on the YouTubes as much. But you guys know I'm always around, and if you haven't already, get into the Discord. I pinned the Discord invite link, and it's also in the description of the stream. So join up. That's a little bit that Discord's easier to get to. So T already closed his Fortinet trade. I hope it was for a profit, T. I hope you didn't sell at the lower end. It was Fortinet had some crazy swings in price this month, but still up. Patiently holding. We're up 32%. So, and this was a smaller trade. I only put like $800 into this. So, so you did close for profit. Good. All right. So that's it. Again, I'm going to be entering on Thursday, and that's about it, guys. So, oh, you made 9%? Nice. Hey, it's better than losing. Better than losing. All right, guys. So I hope you all have a good rest of the week, and good luck on the March month trade. Yeah, it's going to be a good month, hopefully. That's about it, guys. So please leave a like, subscribe, join the Discord, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Have a good night, guys. Peace.